Hello, this is BV Ramana, teacher in English. In this video, I would like to share with you the topic Edit the Passes Part 1. Well, edit the passes Part 1 with regard to relative pronouns. Here is the rule number 1. Here we find the difference between who and which. Who is used for persons in the place of subjects and which is used for places, things, and animals for the for both subject and object places. Look at these examples. Look at these examples. If the antecedent is person, then we prefer to use who. If the antecedent is place or person or place or thing or animal, then we make use of which. Here in this example, the antecedent is person, so we have used who. In this example, the antecedent is thing, so we have used which. Here in this example, the antecedent is my brother, that is person, so we have used who. Here the antecedent is thing, so we have used which. Here the antecedent is a doctor, that is person, so we have used who. Here the antecedent is dog, so we have used which. In this way, if the antecedent is a person, then we prefer to use who. If the antecedent is place or thing or animal, then we prefer to use which. This is rule number 1. Here is rule number 2, which tells us where to use who, where to use whom. Who is used for persons in the subject place. Whom is also used for persons but in object place. What is the clue with which our students can do it very easily? Very easy. If the blank is followed by a verb, then we prefer to use who. If the blank is followed by subject plus verb, we prefer to use whom. Look at this example. Here the blank is followed by verb, so we prefer to use who. Here this blank is followed by subject plus verb, so we prefer to use whom. Here the blank is followed by verb, so we prefer to use who. Here the blank is followed by verb, so we prefer to use who. Here the blank is followed by subject plus verb, so we used whom. Here the blank is followed by verb, so we used who. In this way, who and whom is used for persons, but if the blank is followed by verb, we prefer to use who. If the blank is followed by subject plus verb, we use whom. That means who is used in the subject place, whom is used in the object place. This is rule number 2. Well, this is rule number 3, which tells us about where to use which, where to use where. Strangely, both these words can be used for places. Which is used for place, where is used for place. Then how can a student, a normal student, can differentiate the uses of these two pronouns? Let us see the clue. First one is that if the blank is followed by a verb, we prefer to use which even if the antecedent is a place. And if the blank is followed by subject plus verb, we prefer to use where if the antecedent is a place. Look at the examples. Here in these two examples, the antecedents are places, Pathapatnam, Pathapatnam. But here we prefer to use which. Here we prefer to use where. Here the blank is followed by a verb, so we prefer to use which. Here this blank is followed by subject plus verb, so we prefer to use where. Here in both the examples, we have the same antecedent, that is place Pathapatnam. Look at these examples. Here in these two examples, the antecedent is Hyderabad, Hyderabad. But here we have used where because this blank is followed by subject plus verb. Here the blank is followed by only verb. So here we have used which. Look at these examples. Here the antecedent is place in both the sentences, whereas here we have used where because here the blank is followed by subject plus verb. Here the blank is followed by only verb. So we have used which. In this way, if the clue is that if the blank is followed by verb, then we make use of which, and if the blank is followed by subject plus verb, we prefer to use where. Here is rule number 4. In of preposition phrases, we use whom for persons, which for places and things. I mean, if the antecedent is a person or persons, we prefer to use whom. If the antecedent is place or things, we use which. In case of prepositional phrases, look at these two examples. These two examples stand for prepositional phrases. The smart of whom, the sum of which. These are the prepositional phrases. Here the antecedent is person or persons, so we have used whom. Here the antecedent is a thing. Here, so we have used which. And rule number 5. With prepositions followed. If the blank is followed by subject plus verb plus preposition, then we prefer to use who. That means here who may refer to object, but the preposition must be kept at the end of the sentence like this. If here the preposition for is at the end of the sentence, so who is used even though it shows the object place. If the blank is followed by preposition subject plus verb, I mean if the blank before the blank, if there is preposition, then we prefer to use whom. So I know the person for dash. Here blank is preceded by for. So before blank, if there is preposition, then we make use of whom. If preposition is there at the end of the sentence, we prefer to use who. In this way, if a preposition is there at the end of the sentence, we use who. If the preposition is there before the blank, then we prefer to use whom. Rule number 6. Whose. Whose is used for persons as well as things. Here, the blank is followed by a noun phrase, point number 1, and it gives the expression or it gives the meaning possession. Look at these two examples. Here the blank is followed by a noun phrase and we get here the meaning of possession. So we have used whose. Here also the blank is followed by a noun phrase. Here the doors are related to house. Here there is a meaning of possession. So whose is used for persons and things, but it should be followed by a noun phrase and it should give the meaning of possession. Now look at the example of our examination model. Edit the passes. The GHS Hiramandalam is the school dash I studied. Here, instead of writing which, we have to write where, because here the antecedent is the place, but this blank is followed by subject plus verb. So we have to use where here. And here it is the school where dash, that means where taught me a lot. Here and in here also in the both sentences we have the same antecedent, school and school. But here we have to change this choice, that is where is to be changed, and there we have to write which, because this blank is followed by verb. So whenever blank is followed by verb, so we have to use which. Whenever the blank is followed by subject plus verb, we have to use where. And next example, this is rule number 3. You can find this rule, you can find this as rule number 3. And next, in this school I used to have many friends dash settle them well. And the third answer will be, right answer will be who. So whom is to be replaced by who, because the blank is followed by verb. And one of such friends dash I have met recently. Here this fourth answer may be replaced by right answer whom, because this blank is replaced by subject plus verb. And the person in this photo is Ramesh dash watch. Here the blank is followed by a noun phrase, and it here we get the meaning of possession. So the right answer will be whose. And I am still wearing, I like this watch dash was presented. Here the right answer will be which, because here the antecedent is a thing. In this way, applying those rules, we can get the right answer, and we can edit the passages without any wrongs. Well friends, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel by tapping subscribe button on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.